We're in Pond Square, Highgate, scene of one of London's oldest and oddest ghosts. It was here in the early 17th century that the philosopher Francis Bacon made an interesting discovery. He had this idea that you could freeze meat and preserve it for future eating, and this had never really been done in the Western world before. So while he was going through the square, he found a chicken at the side of the road, decided to pluck it, stuff it with ice because it was a cold winter's day, and see if this would preserve the meat. Now, we don't know the outcome of his experiment because Francis caught a chill from doing this and died a few days later of his illness. But it's not his ghost that haunts this square, it's actually his chicken. Ever since the 17th century, there have been tales of this half-plucked beast, this half-plucked chicken pecking around the square, a mysterious poultrygeist, if you will, that haunts the square to this day. We're in Cambridge Gardens in the Ladbroke Grove part of town, scene of one of the most bizarre of all London's ghost stories. For this was not a ghost of a person or even an animal, but the ghost of a number 7 bus. It was in the 1930s and a spectral double-decker number 7 was seen to sweep around this corner, causing one driver to swerve and crash his car. And it's been seen many times over the years, always at 1:15 in the morning. We're in Brompton Cemetery in West London. This is the ghost of a squirrel. If you come to this cemetery, you'll find them running around everywhere, the living version. But there is a ghostly squirrel that can be found in the cemetery. It's been spotted many times over the years. And it's the ghost of a red squirrel. Now, you don't get red squirrels in London anymore, so this being must have died many years ago, and its spirit lives on, so look out for it. This is Queen Anne's Gate, and as you can see behind me, here we have Queen Anne. She's one of the more unfortunate monarchs in British history. She had 19 children and none of them lived to adulthood. Perhaps it's for this sort of tragic reason that she's said to haunt this street, this very beautiful street. Every single year on the 1st of August, it's alleged that this statue comes to life and wanders up and down the road. Well, we finish our tour of London in Green Park. Green and pleasant as the name suggests. No flowers grow here. If you look around, you won't see a single flower. But there are many, many trees, including old plane trees like this one. And there are at least 2 trees in this park that have hauntings associated with them. One of them is a place where people have seen a kind of strange female form with a pig's head and a wolf's snout, if you can imagine such a creature. Another tree is said to be haunted by a malign spirit who chuckles and laughs at anyone who sits underneath it. And the same tree has a history of tragedy and hangings associated with it. The only trouble is, in a park of this size, with so many trees, we just don't know which the haunted tree is. I mean, it could even be this one.